Let me tell you a horror story. It's not about ghosts. It's about math. Meet Joe. In 2011, Joe was a college student. He heard about this weird magic internet money called Bitcoin. It was trading at $1. Joe had $1,000 in his savings account. He thought about buying it, but then he read an article on the internet. The article said, Bitcoin is a scam. It's used by drug dealers. It has no intrinsic value. It's a Ponzi scheme. So Joe listened. He was smart. He was responsible. Instead of buying Bitcoin, he bought a used Honda Civic and an Xbox. Fast forward to today, that $1,000 worth of Bitcoin would now be worth $60 million. Joe is currently sitting in a cubicle, staring at a spreadsheet, wondering where it all went wrong. He did everything right. He saved, he invested in a safe 401k, he trusted the system, and the system ate him alive through inflation. Now meet the other Joe. He didn't listen to the experts. He bought the magic internet money. Today, he's retired, he's sovereign, he answers to no boss. This is the psychological torture of Bitcoin. Depending on which side of the trade you're on, it is either the ultimate freedom or the ultimate regret. But here is the twist. The guy who missed out calls it a scam to protect his ego. The guy who got rich calls it freedom to justify his luck. So who was right? Is it a digital pyramid scheme running on pure hype? Or is it the only lifeboat on a sinking Titanic called the US dollar? Today, we are taking the orange pill. We are going to slice this asset open and see what is really inside. To understand the monster, you have to understand its birth. Bitcoin didn't appear in a vacuum. It was born in the fires of 2008, the global financial crisis. The biggest banks in the world gambled away the global economy on subprime mortgages. They took your money, went to the casino, and lost it all. And what happened? Did they go to jail? No. The government used your tax money to bail them out. The Federal Reserve printed trillions of dollars to patch the holes. They privatized the gains and socialized the losses. It was the moment the world realized a brutal truth. The money in your bank account isn't yours. It's an IOU from a system that despises you. And then, in the darkness of the internet, a ghost appeared. Satoshi Nakamoto. Nobody knows who he was. A programmer? A group of cypherpunks? An alien AI? He dropped a 9-page white paper, released the code, and then vanished like a digital Batman. He didn't build a company, he didn't raise venture capital, he didn't give himself a CEO title. He built a protocol. In the very first block of Bitcoin, the Genesis block, he left a hidden message. The Times, 03 Jan 2009, Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks. That wasn't a timestamp, that was a declaration of war. But hold your horses. Let's look at this coldly. If you explain Bitcoin to a normal person at a family dinner, you sound insane. It's digital money backed by math? The argument that Bitcoin is a scam is actually very compelling.
It's a negative-sum game. It produces nothing. It pays no dividends. It's just numbers on a screen. What happens when the power goes out?
The skeptic has a point. Bitcoin generates no cash flow. You can't live in it, you can't eat it. The only way you make money is if someone else, a greater fool, buys it from you later for a higher price. And let's talk about the volatility. Bitcoin crashes by 70 or 80% every few years. Imagine if your house lost 80% of its value overnight because Elon Musk tweeted a meme. That is Bitcoin. And the community, it's a mix of religious zealots with laser eyes and scammers trying to rug pull you. Exchanges like FTX collapse and steal billions. Tether prints billions of unbacked stablecoins to pump the price. If this is the future of finance, why does it feel like walking through a minefield in a clown suit? So is it just magic beans for idiots? Not so fast. To understand Bitcoin's value, you have to understand the problem it solves. The problem is called counterparty risk. If you live in America or Europe, you're spoiled. You trust your bank. You trust your government, mostly. But ask someone in Lebanon, where the banks locked the doors and stole 90% of people's savings. Ask someone in Venezuela, where inflation hit 100,000%. Ask the Canadian truckers who had their bank accounts frozen for protesting. Your money in the bank exists at the permission of the government. Bitcoin is different. It's a bearer asset. If you hold the private keys, nobody on earth can take it from you. There is no CEO to call, there is no server to shut down, there is no customer support to bribe. It is censorship-resistant money. It's a Swiss bank account in your head.
It's not about getting rich. It's about separation of money and state. It's the only thing they can't dilute.
He is annoying, but he's right about the dilution. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. The Federal Reserve can print infinite dollars. They can print infinite euros, but they cannot print more Bitcoin. In a world drowning in fake printed money, absolute scarcity is the ultimate luxury. Now here is the trap that ruins most people. They mistake Bitcoin for crypto. They are not the same. Bitcoin is a commodity, like gold. It has no owner. Crypto is a casino. There are 20,000 other cryptocurrencies: Ethereum, Solana, Dogecoin, SafeMoon, Inu. 99% of them are unregistered securities. They have CEOs, they have marketing departments, they have insiders who buy early and dump on you. They're essentially tech startups pretending to be money. Bitcoin is decentralized. Crypto is centralized theater. If you buy Bitcoin, you're betting on a monetary revolution. If you buy Cum Rocket Inu coin, you're gambling on a meme. Know the difference or you will be the liquidity. So should you put your life savings into Bitcoin? Absolutely not. Because here is the brutal reality. Bitcoin is hard. It's not user-friendly. There is no forgot password button. If you lose your 12-word seed phrase, your money is gone forever. If you send it to the wrong address, it's gone forever. Being your own bank sounds cool until you realize you're also your own IT department and your own security guard. And the volatility is the price of admission. You will see your portfolio drop 50% in a month. You will feel physical pain. Most people cannot handle it. They buy the top because of FOMO, and they sell the bottom because of fear. Bitcoin transfers wealth from the impatient to the patient. If you don't have a stomach of steel, you will be the donor class. So freedom or scam? The answer is, it's neither. Bitcoin is a tool, like fire. It can cook your food or it can burn your house down. It depends on how you use it. It's not a religion, so don't join the cult, but it's not a joke, so don't listen to the bankers who are terrified of losing their power. Here is the rogue strategy. Think of Bitcoin as insurance. It's insurance against the current financial system breaking. It's insurance against the Federal Reserve printing the dollar into oblivion. You don't put 100% of your net worth into insurance. That's insane. But having 0% insurance in this economy, that's suicide. Get off zero. Hold it in self-custody. Ignore the noise. If the system holds together, your Bitcoin might be volatile, but if the system breaks, it might be the only thing you actually own. But wait, if you own Bitcoin, you need to know how not to lose it to a hacker or a $5 wrench attack. In the next episode, Security 101, How to Disappear Digitally. This is Rogue Capital. Class dismissed.